Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Now joining us back in studio is Lori, and we started making these Dr. Pepper brownies earlier. Now we're on to step 2.
Yes, so quick review on that. We fixed up our brownies. These baked for about 35 minutes this morning. They are still a little bit warm on top. It's just a nice pan there, pretty standard fare.
Yes.
Now over here I've got a stick of butter and I have got some cocoa powder that I'm going to bring just about to a boil, and as soon as it does, we're going to take that off of our heat, and I'm going to add, believe it or not, about 6 tablespoons of sour cream to this.
Okay, this is quite the recipe. First we're using Dr. Pepper, a can of Dr. Pepper
right.
for the actual brownie batter.
Yes.
Now we're adding sour cream for the
frosting. Now we're adding sour cream into our frosting, and you're probably not going to be able to see this really well in my deep pan, but it is going to look a little bit funky as we mix this together because we're mixing oil and that dairy together. So it's going to look a little bit weird for a minute.
It doesn't curdle, huh?
It doesn't curdle.
Fascinating.
But as soon as that is well incorporated, I am going to stir in a half a bag, give or take, of some powdered sugar. I put a little vanilla in here as well.
Okay.
So just give it a good classic sort of fudgy frosting. And this is a poured icing, so it's going to be like a really smooth, nice top to those brownies. And there is no special trick to this. You're just going to slowly work that in because this is going to be really soft. Again, it's going to be poured on those, so it's not a frosting that we're going to decorate with or pipe with in a bag or anything fancy like that. It is just going to be nice and fudgy and delicious.
So you take it off the heat.
Take it off the heat.
And then with the powdered sugar, you incorporate and just stir that in.
Just
you don't need to have the beaters, you know?
Nope, we don't need to use a mixer. We don't need to dirty any extra dishes. If your powdered sugar is a little bit, cool like mine is still this morning, it'll be a good idea to get that whisk out at the end just to make it really nice and smooth because again, we want this poured. If you'll look at our brownies there on the corner, the top of that pan, it is just like a perfect glass-like glaze on the top. So we want it to end up really nice and smooth like that.
It's beautiful.
Not a lot of air bubbles. It really is. It almost does look like a big pan of fudge on top, doesn't it?
Lovely.
So we've got this when it's done. Again, it does kind of look like a nice big pan of fudge, but that's a really...
Any Dr. Pepper we're going to throw in there?
No Dr. Pepper in this one.
Okay.
You will see some poured fudge recipes for the top of like your Texas sheet cakes and stuff like that that will have some cola in them, and you can absolutely do that. Very similar to this one, but instead of that sour cream, you add the cola and comes out about the same. But I think the sour cream gives this a really nice little bite to that flavor. It really pulls out the fudge and the chocolate and that cocoa. So
I love that.
Yeah, we just kind of play that by ear. We're going to pour this on and then we come back.
And we'll have the final product. All right, so we have one more round with Lori. Stick around. We'll be right back after this.